Alisa Brownlee, Assistive Technology Specialist with the ALS Association Greater Philadelphia chapter, and I also work for the national office. Thank you for joining me today with this segment about voice and message banking options for people with ALS. And I wanted to explain the difference between voice banking and message banking. Voice banking is the process of recording your voice for possible future use on a communication device. We would hope that every newly diagnosed people with ALS would consider banking their voice, even if they may never need it. As one of my colleagues, one of the foremost experts in the field of voice banking says, I hope to do nothing but waste your time in terms of teaching you how to voice bank, and you may never need it, but at least it's there should you ever possibly have to use a communication device, a tablet, an iPhone, in order for you to be able to communicate your wants and needs. So voice banking is the process of using software that is available for Windows-based computers to record phrases and sentences. So the software prompts you to read a phrase, and so it'll say, "How are you today?" And if you repeat back, "Well, how are you today?" it'll say, "Try again," because it's really trying to capture everything that makes your voice unique, your pitch and intonation, and it's asking you to repeat things in a certain way on purpose. So, and it gives you a gauge as to whether or not it was a good recording or a bad recording. Message banking is the process of recording your own voice, your true authentic voice, on a device, whether or not that is a phone or an MP3 player or a specialized microphone. And then these recorded messages can be programmed into a speech generating device and used for communication. The difference is that with message banking, if I took my phone and I recorded into it right now, "Hi, Penny, how are you today?" Penny's my dog. And I press the button and it'll say exactly what I just said. "Hi, Penny, how are you today?" And it only repeats what I have recorded into it. Versus voice banking, because I've done all these repeated phrases and sentences, it allows for what's called free thought. So if I was typing something in and I would say, "Penny, I know it's dinner time," and it'll come out in my voice. But if I had not recorded and message bank that particular phrase, I couldn't say it. So I have a video that really explains it. This video was produced by the MND Association, which is the Motor Neuron Disease Association in the United Kingdom. And it's a really informative video. They do refer to MND. MND is ALS. Anywhere else outside the world, ALS is referred to as MND. So when they're referring to MND, they do mean ALS here.
What is voice and message banking? About 8 in 10 people with motor neuron disease, MND, develop difficulty with speech and communication. If your speech is affected, communication aids can help get your message across. Communication aids can be very simple, like pen and paper or alphabet forms. Or they can be computer-based. Some use voices for speed or text and data. Some people choose to use the voices that come with the communication aid. But it may be possible to use a version of your own voice instead of the voices on offer. Recording your voice to create this version is known as voice banking. You record lots of random phrases from a voice banking provider to bank your voice. These recordings are then split into small pieces, so you can create sentences as needed on your communication aid. If you decide to bank your voice, it is best done as soon as possible after diagnosis, as your speech may become less clear, and the less your speech is affected when recording, the better the results. If your voice is seriously affected by MND, voice banking may not be suitable. But a family member or friend with a similar accent could bank their voice for you if this feels right for you both. Recording the phrases can take many weeks to complete and may be quite tiring. Voice banking technology is improving, but it cannot make your created voice sound exactly the same as your natural speech. It will sound like you, but timing, pitch, and tone may be quite robotic. For example, when someone says,
"Can I have my Coke, please?"
it would sound like this after voice banking.
"Can I have my Coke, please?"
If you want certain phrases spoken in your natural voice, you can record these to use directly on a communication aid, which is known as message banking. You can use a combination of voice banking and message banking if wished. Message banking can be useful to store things you often say, or personal messages, such as "I love you," or a bedtime story for a child, or simply the sound of your laugh. This can take less time than voice banking and can include more personality or emotion, as these messages will sound exactly the way you recorded them. You can bank messages on any device that can record sound clips, but apps are also available and can be used with a communication aid. Different voice banking services are available. These vary in cost and how many phrases you need to record. Your speech and language therapist may be able to provide information about voice and message banking services. They may also be able to loan equipment to help you with recording. You will need a computer or laptop with access to the internet, a USB headset microphone, and a quiet place with no background noise. If your speech and language therapist is unable to advise or help with equipment, contact our helpline, MND Connect. Our helpline team can...
So you can see the difference in between message banking and voice banking. One of the things that the video did say is that you can use a combination of both. It's not just one or the other. So you can do voice banking, you can do message banking, and both of them can go into your device. So I also wanted to give you a video about the ALS voice banking program. This is at Ochsner, and this is an individual with ALS, and I really enjoyed her story. And I wanted to play that for you. Now this is about voice banking, not message banking, voice banking. And I apologize for the delay.
Say that ALS really stands for a loss every day, because when you have ALS, practically every day that you wake up, you've lost the ability to do something.
ALS, or Lou Gehrig's disease, is a disease of the motor nerves, the nerves that tell the muscles what to do. It causes progressive weakness of all the muscles of the body, including the muscles that produce speech.
So I wanted to get my voice recorded in advance, so that when it came time and I did lose my voice, I've got it.
All right, and I'm just going to play it for you so you can hear it, and then you just repeat after.
Absolutely.
We record their voices. After that, we send the raw recording to the software company. They deconstruct the voices, make a synthetic voice, and send that to patients so that they can download it and use it on whatever interface they would like when they lose the ability to speak themselves.
One of the things that breaks my heart most is that without this, I would not be able to say to my husband, "I love you," or I would not be able to say "sugar pie, honey bunch" to one of my grandchildren, which is what I call her. And this allows you to pick special words that you use blindly.
I love that. That's awesome. They feel that we're giving them an opportunity to preserve their voice and a part of their identity. And it's been an incredible experience meeting the patients, working with them, building relationships with them and their family.
You see a lot of reciprocal healing in the ALS clinic. It's rewarding for us to help the patients as best we can.
She's gonna love that. She's gonna love that. That's awesome. That's your grandchild. Oh, that's lovely.
I'm in love with every one of the students that have helped me. They're giving voices to people that won't have voices, and they're giving voices to those people's family.
I can't think of something more important than giving a voice to someone who does not have a voice. But if you can actually give them their own voice, that's something that's really incredible.
You are my sunshine.
That's from another grandchild.
So that was about voice banking. And I want to give you a list of the voice banking services that are currently available. Model Talker has been around the longest, started 20 some odd years ago. And you can see, though, it is a 1,600 sentence inventory, and the cost is $100. Now, Team Gleason is currently covering the cost of a Model Talker, and I have Team Gleason's information on my last slide, but let me tell you a little bit about them. They are a nonprofit organization out of New Orleans, and they were started by a gentleman who has ALS. His name is Steve Gleason. He also used to play for the New Orleans Saints, and he developed this foundation to address assistive technology needs. That's all they do is assistive technology, and right now they are covering the cost of Model Talker, and they are also covering the cost of acapella. This one over here all the way to the right, which only takes 30 minutes of quality recording. So you can see, you know, you can go from 1,600 to 1,000 down to 30 minutes, and basically that is because technology has advanced so much that that we now don't need as many phrases as we used to. So I would encourage you that if you're considering voice banking and you want to try it out, go to Team Gleason, apply, and you will be interviewed, and you can then determine whether or not voice banking is something you want to do, or you can also look at all kinds of videos as I'm showing you on YouTube. You can go to each individual websites here. You can look at Model Talker and see if it's a right fit for you. Also, I encourage you to speak with your speech therapist at your clinic, or reach out to me and we can discuss all your options that are available. So as I mentioned, message banking is banking your authentic voice. You can do this on a phone, a tablet, a recorder. There are special microphones that you can hold up to your mouth and press a button and it'll record for you. But they do have to be in WAV or MP3 formats. And what we've heard a lot is, well, I don't know what to record. Well, my colleague who was really instrumental in getting this whole movement up and running is John Costello, and John has some great handouts here. He works for Children's Hospital in Boston in their ALS AAC program, and he has a document that has well over 60 pages of things that people have message banked. Because, you know, you put a recorder in front of somebody and they're like, I don't know what to say. Well, John has asked people, what did you bank? And so they've given him all this feedback of what they have banked. And also another good resource is Amy and Pals, and I put the link here too. So I just wanted to play you, this is one of John Costello's videos, and it is, to me, heartwarming. It shows the power of message banking, and so I just wanted to play it for you. And again, I apologize for the delay. I don't know why my YouTube is, or my internet is being a little so slow today.
Walker, come here, Walker. Walker, come on. Walker, come here, Walker. Walker, come on. You want a cookie? Honey, I just
always summoned him.
Good dog. You're such a good boy.
Now generated from a Toby, custom loaded with 840 of her own recordings.
Hi, my name is Holly. It's nice to meet you.
It's lovely to hear you. It's been pretty profound. Hearing her jokes, hearing her comments, hearing her ciao for now, hearing her sort of favorite one-liners.
Forget about it.
The melding of eye-tracking computers and personal voice recording was the brainchild of speech pathologist John Costello of Boston Children's Hospital.
I started with a handheld recorder that would record in .wav file.
That's significant.
I save them on my computer. I go and tag them so that each of them is named for the phrase.
The recordings are uploaded to the computer and assigned to the phrases or category shortcuts like medical, food, or social.
They are there for the eventuality of someone needing to have their voice because they've lost the ability to speak.
Sure. Massachusetts artist Nancy Campbell was diagnosed with ALS 4 months ago. Nancy already knows the cruel progression of the disease, having cared for her mother, who died of ALS 31 years ago. Tearfully reluctant at her first recording session with her husband Dan, she changed her tune.
I want a hug.
Hopefully I'll be able to capture my laugh, my expressions, my things that I want to say to my family.
Thank you for everything.
You're very welcome.
So that was about message banking, and it did reference, and you saw my colleague John Costello in there. Again, truly, he's been truly instrumental in the voice banking and message banking movement. And so I wanted to give you some resources. As I mentioned, Team Gleason is funding both acapella and model talker, should you be interested in that, and it's teamgleason.org. You can also reach out to me with any questions that you might have about voice banking and message banking, and I'm happy to help you as much as I can. And I want to thank you for joining me today about this very important topic.